Good day to all. Greetings from Vilnius, Lithuania. Today we are celebrating two very important occasions. One occasion is, of course, that today we will find out the winners of the 11th International Balys Dvarionas competition for young pianists of Group A and B. And we will find out who are the passing participants for the Group C. And also today we are actually celebrating because in 1904, on 19th of June, Balys Dvarionas was born. So let's celebrate, let's remember, let's listen to his music. Now let me introduce international jury of the 11th International Balys Dvarionas competition for young pianists. Chairman of the jury, Professor William Fong, United Kingdom.
Good morning. Hello.
Professor Barbara Szczepanska, Germany.
Hello.
Professor Justas Dvarionas, Lithuania.
Hello. Good morning.
Professor Grigory Gruzman, Germany.
Good morning, everybody.
Professor Aleksandras Jurgelionis, Lithuania.
Good morning.
Professor Pavel Nersesyan, Russia.
Hello, привет.
Professor Paul Ricard Ford, Australia.
Good morning to everybody.
And now I would like to invite for a few words, for you, the welcoming words, the founder of the competition in 1974, Professor Aleksandras Jurgelionis.
Taip, šitas konkursas prasidėjo labai senai, 1971 metais, taip pat po Dvariono mirties, grupė entuziastų, kurią sudarė Aldona Dvarionienė, profesorė, Balio Dvariono žmona, studentas Julius Andrejevas ir aš organizavome pirmąjį konkursą, tai buvo, kada mes sušaukėme visus Lietuvos pianistus, norinčius paskambinti Dvariono kūrinius. Tai buvo virš 100 vaikų ir šitas konkursas vystėsi iki dabar, o dabar jau 11 tarptautinis. Ir su kiekvienu konkursu mes vis išgirstam labai daug gražių atlikimų. Ir ne tai, kad susirenka kažkokie tai virtuozai, ne, susirenka labai gabūs, labai turiningi pianistai, kurie atlieka labai sudėtingus kūrinius ir be abejo visi skambina Dvariono pjesę.
I'll translate it. Alexandras said, this competition started in 1974, 2 years after the composer Balys Dvarionas passed away, and a group of enthusiasts, so it was the widow of Balys Dvarionas, Aldona Dvarionienė, and two of Balys Dvarionas' students, Julius Andrejevas and Aleksandras Jurgelionis, decided to start a piano competition first in Lithuania, in the country. To the first competition, there have been over 100 young pianists coming from all over Lithuania to play, and the competition develops and lives until now. Now we experience, alongside the national competition, the 11th international competition going on. What is really noticeable that we hear many great performances, not only virtuoso performances, not only technically flourish, but as well we hear young, talented pianists, we hear the great musicality, they share the great musicality with us, and we hear Dvarionas pieces performed by every participant from all around the world. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I would like to invite Professor Barbara Szczepanska also to say a few words and to share her impressions.
Also das Besondere in diesjährigen Wettbewerb liegt natürlich vor allem dass der in Covid-Zeiten und stattfindet und nicht abgesagt ist und sogar sondern bislang mit einem großen Erfolg durchgeführt worden. Das ist keine Selbstverständlichkeit. Er weiß aber, dass bei guter Organisation und bei gutem Wettbewerb auch in schwierigen Zeiten gelingen kann.
First of all, I would like to say that it's not easy that in this special COVID situation, the competition takes place. It's a big success because of that high level competitions. It's not easy to have them during quarantine, but nevertheless, the competition until now goes on a very high note.
Und der Online-Wettbewerb natürlich stellt nicht dem Organisatoren unter großen organisatorischen Probe, sondern auch Teilnehmer von besonderen Herausforderungen. Jeder musste ein Video aufnehmen, jeder Teilnehmer musste einen bestimmten Saal finden, auch guten Flügel, Kamera und vor allem gute Mikrofone. Das ist natürlich, jeder von uns weiß, was heißt, eine gute Aufnahme zusammenzustellen. Außer perfektem Spiel natürlich. Nicht jedem ist das 100% gelungen, aber wir hatten auch sehr gute Aufnahmen und natürlich manche konnten das nicht herstellen. Aber die Jury hat natürlich Rücksicht genommen in diesen schwierigen Zeiten, dass in dieser schwierigen Situation auch besondere Rücksicht.
It is, of course, not easy to organize for the organizers an online competition, but it's even harder for the participants because not only they have to play perfectly, but as well they have to record their performing in a good way. Video, special hall, piano, microphone, and as well having the special difficulties of general making a good recording. So on top of all, of course, all participants had to play well and perform. Under these different circumstances, not 100% everyone was equally successful from the technical point as well. But of course, the jury understands the situation and has been very meeting all those hard demands the participants faced.
Die Grundbedingungen für fairen Wettbewerb natürlich online oder live sind die gleichen. Die Jury urteilt unbeeinflusst und unabhängig und das Gesamturteil ist natürlich Summe von Erfahrungen und von künstlerischen Einstellungen aller Jurymitglieder.
For the jury, of course, it's as if there is a live performance, it's a bit easier because we hear everyone equally on the same stage, same piano, and we can evaluate and adjudicate much more comfortably.
Und ich bin auch sehr glücklich, dass ich im September zu Finale nach Vilnius komme und den Wettbewerb live erlebe. Vielen Dank.
Therefore, I'm very happy having the chance to come in September to Vilnius and to adjudicate the final of Group C live in Vilnius. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Barbara Szczepanska. And now we would like to hear from the faraway Australia. And now I invite for a few words, Professor Paul Ricard Ford from Australia.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be part of the jury for this competition, and it's been very nice for me to hear so many students from all over the world. There have been some extremely impressive performances, and as Barbara said, the difficulties of having to record programs and working with sound engineers, and we had a variety of standards and levels of recording qualities. But one of the things that I enjoyed mostly about this competition was hearing the music of many contemporary Lithuanian composers. Being from Australia, I don't know much about Lithuania. I know more about the music of the competition founder, but I would like to just mention some of the music that we heard from the Lithuanian composers, and I apologize in advance for my mispronunciation of the Lithuanian composers' names. But we had a performance of a piece of music by Balys Dvarionas, who was, from what I understand, one of the most influential figures in the development of Lithuanian classical music. So we heard a performance of his impromptu. If we look at the music of Dvarionas, it was compulsory for all competitors to perform a piece by Dvarionas in the second round. Many students actually chose to play a piece by Dvarionas in the first round as well as the second round, which I think says quite a lot about the quality and appeal of his music. And I actually went through the programs and saw that there were 53 individual pieces by Dvarionas performed in the first two rounds across all three age groups. We heard also a work by Lopez. We heard a piece by Remesa, and we heard another piece by this composer. I really cannot pronounce the name correctly, I'm sure. XIth. That's right. Thank you very much. So it was very, very interesting to hear this music and to see how Lithuanian music is developing. And a lot of these composers are still alive. And in fact, the last composer I mentioned was only born in 1975. So it's interesting to see and hear this music. So that was one of the bonuses, I thought, from the competition. And it's been a thoroughly enjoyable time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Paul Ricard Ford from Australia. And now let's travel to Germany, and we would like to hear from Professor Grigori Gruzman.
Hallo, guten Morgen noch einmal. Ich würde gern Folgendes sagen. Ich habe die Ehre, in Weimar einen sehr populären Listwettbewerb für junge Pianisten zu leiten, als künstlerischer Leiter und Juryvorsitzender. Und wir mussten diesmal wegen Corona das ganze Wettbewerb einfach absagen, weil die Situation mit Corona gerade in Thüringen, im Bundesland Thüringen, wo Weimar liegt, ganz, ganz schlimm war. Und das schmerzt mich sehr. Und das ist jetzt wirklich eine Kompensation, eine seelische Genugtuung, dass meine Kollegen in Litauen so einen Wettbewerb durchziehen und den Mut hatten, auch das online zu machen und auch so perfekt zu machen. Bitte um Übersetzung.
Ja, danke. Good morning to everyone. I would like to say that as the artistic director and chairman of the jury of the List competition in Weimar, I have to say that in these difficult Corona times, we had to cancel our List competition in Weimar. As in Thüringen, Corona is really was bad situation with Corona. Therefore, I have a really soul enlightenment, and I'm thankful to my colleagues in Lithuania to invite me on the jury and to be on this online competition, which is run in a very high level.
Thank you very much. Noch ein paar Worte über die Situation, die uns betrifft. Was hören wir bei so einem Wettbewerb unter diesen Umständen? Wir hören wie ein uns unbekanntes Mikrofon in einer uns unbekannten, unvertrauten Akustik, auf einem uns unbekannten Instrument, in einer Akustik, die wir überhaupt nicht einschätzen können, diese Sache da aufgenommen hat. Es war für uns sehr, sehr verantwortungsvolle Aufgabe. Man muss versuchen, Objektivität zu erzeugen, zu bewahren, um die Teilnehmer gerecht nach bestem Wissen und Gewissen zu beurteilen. Und dabei gibt es so viele XY, unbekannte Angaben. Ich glaube trotzdem, dass dank dem System der Beurteilung beim Dvarionas-Wettbewerb uns ziemlich ausgewogene Beurteilungen gelungen sind. Ich muss dazu sagen, das ist kein billiges Kompliment. Ich kenne wirklich kein besseres System für die Benotung beim internationalen Wettbewerb als hier in Litauen, in Vilnius, von Justas Dvarionas erfunden. Finde ich ganz prima. Bravo von meiner Seite.
We have been in a very difficult situation because we had to listen to recordings which have been made under very different circumstances, different microphones, different instrument, different hall with an absolutely different acoustic. So it was not easy for us to listen. We had to put a lot of effort to equalize those differences, but the most important, we listened to the performances themselves. And having those many factors, X and Y, around, it was as well very important to keep the objectivity of a competition as this Dvarionas competition. I believe that thanks to the voting system, we managed it in a very balanced way to get a good result. And that's not a cheap compliment from my side, because from the many competitions I have been, this voting system, which I experienced from our colleagues in Lithuania, is one of the best.
Justus, thank you.
Danke, Grigori.
Thank you to Professor Grigori Gruzman. And now let's hear from Professor Justas Dvarionas.
So, I will not translate myself. First of all, thank you to all our distinguished jury. Even though we are now spread around the globe, I still have the impression that we are all together here now, and we are united through this competition in Vilnius, Lithuania. And of course, what's very dear to my heart, we are united through the music of my grandfather, Balys Dvarionas. I'm very happy the music is played. It's very well played by the young performers. As Paul said, it's played in different continents around the globe. In these, I'm repeating, but in these difficult Corona times, we have to find some positivity. So we learned to communicate through internet. We learned how to have even competitions through internet. We are missing the real communication. We are missing the real meetings. So therefore, the Dvarionas competition will have for the Group C, as it was already mentioned, the final in September live, which I believe it's a very important thing, because competition is not only under difficult conditions for the youngsters to make the recording, to prepare and play, but competition is a very important socio-cultural event where the participants can meet, they can encounter each other, they can listen to each other, the teachers, the professors can meet, everyone can meet with the jurors. So this interaction we are very much looking to have in a live format, and I believe even it was not easy, the competition is living, and I hope will live now for many more years, even if it could overcome these obstacles. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Justas Dvarionas. And now let's hear from Professor Pavel Nersesyan.
Thank you, Geruta. Eustace has already mentioned that any competition is a huge social event, exchanging of ideas, exchanging of music, etc. We should not forget, but also the art is a social thing. Art is communication, so we need to project our playing to somebody and to the audience. And of course, we are missing this point bitterly, I would say. But still, recording is another side of our profession. So recording is, you can really improve by participating in this competition. You can really improve your recording abilities. So now we have many examples of excellent recordings and excellent achievements here. So for me, it was a big event, and it hasn't finished yet. So I hope to hear 3 candidates for the grand prize, big prize in September, and it will be a big crown, not corona, but crown of the competition in September. So that's been a great holiday for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Pavel Nersesyan from Russia. And now, last but not least, the chairman of the jury, Professor William Fong from United Kingdom.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I have to say that many of the things I was going to say were or have already been eloquently articulated by my fellow jury members. And I have to say that one of the joys of being and privileges of being the jury chairman this time has been to work with such esteemed, wonderful musicians, wonderful human beings, and that's been a great joy for me. I think, as Eustace so beautifully put, and Pavel as well, everybody did, that these competitions, and the Dvarionas is no exception, it's a great example. These competitions are not simply about pitting one musician against another, quite the opposite. And particularly for young musicians, they're a celebration of young people. And maybe I'll say a little bit more about that later on. But for me, it's been a great joy. I've been very fortunate, as many of us have been, to carry on teaching young musicians, listening to a lot of music over the past 18 months. But this is really important. The Dvarionas competition has provided a wonderful focus. We hear so much music on the internet, so much is streamed online. And we do need to have these platforms where people are allowed to watch, the very, very best and be discriminating and see the celebration of art. And this has been one of the things that I think the Dvarionas competition has done so very well under these very difficult circumstances. We all know about these difficult circumstances. And the competitors, without exception, have risen to that challenge and revealed what they are as human beings and artists. So I'm so grateful for that and so grateful for this focus. So congratulations to the competition, congratulations to the organizers, congratulations to those competitors who made such a big effort. And of course, please, a big congratulations to those teachers and professors who have guided and supported them all through this time. It's not been easy to teach online. So thank you to those. And wonderful to see you all this morning. Thank you, Geruta.
Thank you, Professor William Fong from United Kingdom, the chairman of the jury. And this is our international jury. Thank you all. And now we have another person today with us. I would say a man behind the stage, a person who is making sure that everything goes smoothly. And I would like to introduce the director of the competition, Eugenijus Butvydas. Hello. And of course, thank you from all of us. So I think it is about time to start announcing the special prizes. So I would like one more time to invite Professor Aleksandras Jurgelionis to announce special prizes for best performances.
Taip, specialūs prizai skiriami už geriausią baroko epochos kūrinio atlikimą,
The special prize for the best performance of a Baroque epoch piece.
Martina Valeikaitė, Lietuva. Už geriausią klasicizmo epochos kūrinio atlikimą ir už geriausią šiuolaikinio kūrinio atlikimą skiriama.
For the best performance of a classical period piece, as well for the performance of a contemporary composition.
Kerstin Wachung-Tang, Vokietija. Už geriausią romantizmo epochos kūrinio atlikimą.
For the best performance of a romantic period piece.
Magdalena Hall, Didžioji Britanija. Už šiuolaikinio lietuvių kompozitoriaus kūrinio atlikimą Lietuvaitei Kaja Kašubaitė.
Kaja Kašubaitė gets the special prize for the best performance of a piece by a Lithuanian contemporary composer.
Thank you. Ačiū.
Thank you. Let's move on. Now I would like to invite Professor Barbara Szczepanska to announce the diplomas of the competition awarded in Group B.
Yes, Group B. This is Andrzej Kolotkov, Elizabeta Pachabut, Martyna Valeikaitė, Revas Marszania, Febe Papadrea, Emma Martine Lam Olsen. This is all prize, category B.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite Professor Grigory Gruzman to announce the competition diplomas awarded in Group A.
So, Group A, diplomas of competition get Kaja Kašubaitė, Klea Kašubaitė, Pius Pirogovas, Tal Yarom. Ačiū, toda raba.
Thank you, Professor. And now I would like to invite Professor Justas Dvarionas to announce special prizes for the best performance of Balys Dvarionas piece.
Thank you, Garuta. As I said, I have a special feeling listening to the Dvarionas compositions performed. And I'm very happy that the Dvarionas Foundation established special prizes for the best performances of Balys Dvarionas pieces. And as well, we have a special Balys Dvarionas Memorial Award to foster interest, recognition, and appreciation of Balys Dvarionas' piano works. And this special prize goes to Algert Grishchenko. And as well, we have 3 special prizes for the best performance of Balys Dvarionas piece in each age group. Group A, Irena Oshaba. Group B, Kerstin Ruochun-Tang. And Group C, Arina Antonasyan.
Thank you. Let's move on. Now I would like to invite Professor Pavel Nersesyan to announce laureates age group A.
Okay. Irena Ozawa and Amelie Sakai Ivanova, 2 laureates in Group A.
Thank you. I invite Professor Paul Ricard Ford to announce laureates of age group B.
The laureates of Group B are Daria Sanikova and Kirsten Rochen-Tang.
Thank you. And now I invite Professor William Fong to announce the Grand Prix of age group A and B.
Thank you. Both Grand Prix were absolutely unanimous by the whole jury. And the first one in Group A, the Grand Prix goes to Maria Bella-Kopitova. The Grand Prix in Group B goes to Igor Sidorov. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. And I think we should all say congratulations to all the participants and all the laureates and all who got special prizes today. And now it is time. Yes, we hear applauses. Yes, maybe we should unmute the mics. Yes. Thank you and congratulations. And now it is time to find out the finalists of the Age Group C. I would like to remind that the final of young pianists and violinists of the Age Group C will take place live in Vilnius on September 3rd, 4th, the Lithuanian National Philharmonic Society with the Lithuanian National Symphony Orchestra. I think we will have a beautiful event. And the finalists of Age Group C are Anna Karacioni, Hungary. Arina Antonosian, Russia. Joy Chen, Australia. If due to some force majeure circumstances, any of mentioned finalists could not arrive in September, the candidate to perform in the final is Magdalene Ho from United Kingdom. So congratulations and good luck preparing those big, beautiful compositions. And we hope that we will see you all in September in Lithuania. And now to see the final thought. Yes, of course, more applause. And now to round up, to say final words, final sentences, I would like one more time to invite the chairman of the jury, Professor William Fong.
Thank you so much, Garuta. And thank you all to my dear colleagues. I hope I speak on all of your behalf when I say that, and I won't dwell on it too much, that this has been a very challenging 18 months. And what's been interesting is how those 18 months have focused the minds of very many people in good ways and bad ways. In some ways, what's happened over globally has been very divisive. We've been separated from people we love and want to meet. We've been separated from those people who we enjoy working together with, collaborating, all of those kind of things. And I think that's been particularly difficult for all sorts of people, but not least for the performing arts. We see that orchestras have not been able to perform in the same way, ensembles. All sorts of concerts haven't gone ahead. As Pavel said, we bitterly miss performing in front of a live audience. Even if the concerts are streamed live, it's not the same thing as with that kind of interaction with the audience, where the audience almost makes the second member, if it's a solo concert, a second member of the performance. But what this competition has done, in many respects, I think so successfully, has brought people together. It's been a counterbalance to that. And whilst it isn't the same thing as meeting everybody online and that social cohesion that we talked about, meeting other people, exchanging ideas, getting to know people. I mean, I have to say that Eustace and I, for example, we met a long time ago at a competition, and friendships born from there. And it's a wonderful thing. What the competition has done has brought this amazing synthesis of art and young people. And this is very important, because in the end, it reflects society. What is art's role? I don't really have one answer to that. It's a very complex question. But one thing that is clear to me is that art is a reflection of society. It's a reflection of human values, how we esteem human values, our relationships with people. And I believe that music, art, and culture helps guide and inform the future society. And that future is in the hands of young people. And here we have at the competition these wonderful young musicians who give an insight onto their art, an insight, a window onto the soul of humanity. And that for me is what's important, not simply just the prize of the competition, but this celebration of young people and young art. And I hope very much that when we are all able to come together, those young people will be able to meet each other, celebrate their art together, play together. And the Dvarionas competition has been instrumental in giving that opportunity. So I'm incredibly grateful to all. I'm incredibly grateful to have been a part of that as chairman of the jury. So thank you for that. And leading on to thank yous, none of this would have been able to happen without, well, first of all, my esteemed colleagues, the jury, and they've been wonderful, always enlightening with their individual views. That's also part of being a competition, that we all exchange. Even at our age, we all learn something new. So that's wonderful. I thank the jury. Equally important, I think, has been the management team. And really, they've done a fantastic job of putting this together. It's been such a smooth process. It's been such a wonderful experience. Even given the challenges, it's been fantastic. So thank you again, Josvitas. I apologize for my mispronunciation. Orinta Budnakaite and Ruta Pilkaite. Thank you so much. And thank you to our host. I'll come back to you in a minute, but I must firstly also thank our sponsors and partners, that without which this competition could not happen. It really is a great investment that our sponsors and partners have put in. Again, such an important investment to the young, the future of society. So thank you to the Ministry of Culture of the Republic of Lithuania. Thank you, a big thank you to the Lithuanian Council for Culture, of course, the Lithuanian National Philharmonic Society, and for promoting this wonderful project, this idea, the germ of this wonderful tree, the Balys Dvarionas Foundation. And although this time they won't be able to participate in the same way as we had imagined, thank you to the partners who are going to provide facilities and support, the Lithuanian Academy of Music and Theatre and the Balys Dvarionas School of Music. We hope that we will all be engaged with that in the future live. And thank you, Garuta, for hosting this morning with your beautiful presentation and generosity. Thank you to all. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we can hear more applause. It's never enough.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor William Fong from United Kingdom, and thank you all for being with us today. Thank you all who are watching. Thank you for the music. Thank you for Balys Dvarionas, of course. Let's celebrate his birthday today. And I think that now we all are waiting for the grand final of the 11th International Balys Dvarionas competition for young pianists and violinists. And let's hope that we will meet in September. Thank you all for being with us.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.